Good afternoon, folks. How's it going? Just a little quick video on window coverings for those of you who are in RVs. This could actually even work in a tent scenario if you need to, if you're kind of in a more permanent situation. Alright, so what we have here is pretty basic stuff. I started taping it and I realized that I have made this video before, but I believe I lost it. I've had a few data issues. I've lost quite a bit of video and stuff, I think. Anyways, so what we have here is a material called Reflectix, which you're probably familiar with. It's basically like a bubble wrap with a tin foil side, or a shiny side. It's not actually tin foil, but a shiny side to it. Now you can get this in a couple styles, and you can get it in many thicknesses. You're going to want to get the thickest bubble wrap, the thickest Reflectix that you can find. And you're going to want to make sure that it's single-sided, okay? This is really, really important. I see people making this mistake a lot. So you get the thickest you can get, which is usually a 3-layer. So you've got, where's my finger at? I don't know if you can see that. But anyways, in there you'll see there's this outer layer, some bubbles, an inner layer, some bubbles, and then another outer layer. So it's a 3-layer, single-sided Reflectix, all right? Underneath that, we have your basic black garbage bag. Again, get the heaviest stuff you can find. You're gonna need it to be heavy. And I'll explain that in a minute. I like to use Gorilla Tape just because it tends to be able to withstand some of the things that happen with this, which is part of the thickness of the bag issue, which we'll get to in a minute. Now, you'll notice inside of here, this is basically thick corrugated cardboard. So corrugated cardboard, if I can find a pen real fast, I should have planned this a little bit better. For those of you wondering why I'm having to explain this, there's a lot of people in my area who are not Anglophone, English first language, so they may not know what corrugated cardboard is. So corrugated cardboard, if you look in it, basically you'll have the two outside edges, and inside you'll have kind of like this. And this little piece here is also cardboard. And the reason you need this is that the air actually flows through this, right? So these are gaps. If you were to look at it like that, the air goes up and comes out the top. All right. Now, you're not going to open up this plastic for it to vent out the top or anything. Just the fact that the air circulates is good enough for what we need. Okay, so what was the issue I was talking about before? Well, this setup gets really, really, really hot. In fact, it gets so hot that the pink foam that I have, the pink insulation foam that I have, which is a couple inches thick, to cover my walls and windows and ceiling, actually has melted where the windows are because of the heat from these in the past. And you can actually see on my window panels a melted out section in the shape of my window. Like, it's very obvious, and it's really neat, but it's also a little bit freaky. So with that kind of heat going on, as you can see here, this Gorilla Tape has just barely held on. That's because I believe the plastic has shrunk from the heat. Now, what the cardboard inside is doing is, besides providing an additional air barrier, the airflow is allowing the cardboard to breathe. This is going to collect quite a bit of moisture, overnight, the condensation from your breath and whatnot. And then during the day, as the sun hits it, it's going to warm up and breathe that moisture out. And which is why we don't seal it completely. You'll notice it's kind of just, it's there, but it's not sealed. We want this to breathe. Now, you could actually go and poke a couple holes in the top and the bottom, and that would help a lot. But this one is 2 years old, and it's still pretty solid, right? So it seems to work well. All right, so you have that together. Now, I don't have the kind of tape that I like right now, that Gorilla tape, so I'm just using some painter's tape. You don't really want to do this because, as you can see, it actually covers up the reflectix and changes the color of the black. Now, I guess you could go over that with a marker. Now, what's going on here is, in the winter time, you're going to have this black side facing out towards the sun in your windows. The sun's going to hit this and heat it up tremendously. You'll be amazed how hot it gets. Not like boil water hot, but cook an egg maybe for sure. Melt styrofoam definitely. So the sun will hit this and heat it up tremendously. Now, because this reflectix is single-sided, that heat, the radiant heat off this is going to pass through this way, but then it's not going to want to come back this way. This way, facing inwards, is also going to be reflecting all the radiant heat off your body and whatever heat source heater you have. In my case, a wood stove. Now, the really neat thing about this system is that you can keep these and use them all year round. All you do is turn it around. Now, in the summertime, with these coverings facing outward, obviously, they're blocking and reflecting the heat from the sun. And, you know, that's pretty much it. Because your radiant heat is not reflected by the color black, that's more of a visible spectrum heat. The science there, the terminology is wrong, but anyways, the black is not going to reflect heat back at you in the summertime from inside, but like I said, you know, this other side will reflect the sun out of your dwelling. So that's just one really easy way to make some window coverings that are usable during all seasons of the year. And will help keep your dwelling clear of condensation in the windows and whatnot. I haven't installed mine. Well, actually, this one was installed. I'm fixing it. But you can see there's very minimal condensation on the window from behind it. This one was installed, and see again, there's some, but it'll burn off as soon as the sun comes around. And I don't know if you can see in there, but there's very minimal ice buildup as well. That's another thing too, just a quick tip. There's little drains in the corners of these windows, and you should try and clear those out when it's warm. They won't clear out very well when they're frozen. But if you clear them out when they're warm and you have these window coverings on, they will actually drain themselves surprisingly well. I'll just show you. I don't know how well this can be seen here. Okay, so this here, this icicle, that's coming out of the drain under there, see? And I mean, it's coming out warm enough that it's not even building up here. It's only building up when it gets to here. There should be another one on this side. Oh, maybe not. Oh, yeah, there is, but that's just an outside one, I guess. And there's one here, too. But anyways, yeah, try and keep these clean. You can get at them with a pick, like a little pick of some sort. Bent paper clip, doesn't really matter what. Alright, this video has gone on long enough. I'm sure you get the general point. Good luck surviving winter. Good luck surviving summer. Good luck surviving if you're living in a vehicle or homeless or wherever you're at. Yeah, that's it. Have a nice day.